Okay, what's up, guys? So, Fact Faction, they have uploaded a video called 10 Craziest Courtroom Moments Caught on Camera. And, yeah, there has, like, I remember, like, back then, I remember I used to watch a lot of, TV shows. It was on True TV, and they would have, like, wildest police chases, courtroom accidents, like, all of that crazy stuff and things. Or it's, like, top 10, and then it'd be, like, some, crazy courtroom moments and stuff. So... But Fact Faction, see the difference between TV and then the internet, they're going to go all out. Fact Faction, they're going to go all out. TV, they're only going to show some things. The other stuff that you are like, well, I wonder if this ever happened, probably has happened. You just got to find it on the internet and stuff. But yeah, I heard like when people then start fighting in the courtroom. I think the one, this was fake. It wasn't real because it was a part of a movie and things. And there was this movie called Dead Presidents, and it was, I don't want to spoil it for you guys. I mean, if you've never seen the movie before, and I know if you guys are like, well, I'm really into movies and stuff. Yeah, I ain't trying to spoil it for you guys, but if you want to, just type it in, Dead Presidents ending, and I'm pretty sure they would show that courtroom scene, and so... Anyways, yeah, that's, crazy court. Have I ever had a crazy courtroom? Well, I know when I played Saints Row 2, I remember I shot a judge and some guards, possibly some people. So, yeah, that was my craziest courtroom moment. It put me in the game in Saints Row 2, put me in that level. I think I was saving Johnny Gap. Oh, yeah, I had a crazy courtroom moment, but real life crazy? No, I've never even been to court, so I have no reason to have a crazy courtroom. I think if I do go to court, I want to go to Judge Judy. But anyways, let's get into this video. Make sure you go subscribe to Fact Faction for more videos. Wait a minute, I haven't even alright, make sure you go subscribe to Fact Faction for more videos like this. They got 346,000 subscribers. Let's get them to 400K. And that being said, let's get into this video.
Murder trials, tension and emotions always run high. During those hours spent in court, families often come face to face with the person who robbed them of someone they loved, be it a child, sibling, or parent.
And they go off,
the person on trial is convicted and charged
Suge Knight.
that fits the crime. Other times, the victim's family feels as though the judge or jury let them off far too easily. Regardless of the outcome, many individuals...
Suge Knight, I don't think he had a crazy courtroom moment. I mean, I know he was talking about how he was blind. And I think they said his kid just put him on blast. They was all like, why is it? Because I think it was his kid. They were in the courtroom or they said something on TV or somewhere. And they was all like, Dad, as in Suge Knight. They were talking about Suge Knight. They was like, Dad never had those glasses before. What does he need them now? And it's like, bro, you just got put on blast. Because if you guys didn't know, yeah, Suge Knight, he ran over 2 people, killing one of them. And so now he's in prison. I don't know if he's already been sentenced or if they're just working on it. But I think dude's going to get life. If not, he's going to get a whole bunch of years that's going to lead up to pretty much life.
Not endure the trauma and rage they feel, knowing the individual who killed their loved one is only a few feet away. While waiting for the justice system to prevail, sometimes people take it upon themselves to dish out punishment. Here are some of those moments caught on camera. Number 1. The Cries of Karma. On July 7th, 2009, a student at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee named Nathan Potter was walking home one evening when he was suddenly accosted by a 19-year-old young man named Shondell Jackson. Shondell, along with an accomplice, threatened Nathan and ordered that he give them money. When Nathan said he didn't have any money on him, Shondell shot and killed the young college student.
Why? Like, he doesn't have no money, so move on. Like... See, man, I just don't understand, like, okay, so the fact that you couldn't get a job, make your own money, you're going to take somebody else's life. Like, yeah, if a parent or whoever attacked him, he deserved it.
During Shondell's trial the following year, he had the audacity to continuously leer and smile at Potter's grieving family who watched the proceedings from the gallery.
That's messed up.
His behavior was continuously noted by the judge throughout the trial. With his behavior in mind, when it came to sentencing, the judge ordered Shondell Johnson to a life sentence without the chance of parole. No longer smiling, Shondell bent in two and began to holler and cry, knowing he would never again see life outside of prison. Furthermore,
I mean, you smiling at No. First you're robbing somebody, then the fact that they didn't have no money, so you killed them, and then you're smiling at their family. Yeah, that's karma. Karma comes back. It's not just something. Karma is just like, oh, I'll get you another day. Yeah, well, I mean, technically karma did get him another day, but yeah, it's like karma doesn't wait. It happens, okay? Like, you doing stuff, playing foul like that in life, yeah, man, it's like, hey, you know, you gotta face the consequences. You shouldn't have. I just messed up my camera. I pulled the wire and then it just kind of swung out. I don't know why it won't just like stay. Like, bruh. Okay, let me make sure everything's okay. Alright, so there. Good. But yeah, you messed up.
Out of court, one of Shondel's family members looked to the Potter family and told them that she hated them. Nathan's family took the high road and did not react to the comment. Number 2, dealing with dumb. On February
yeah, she looked like she'll say some dumb
Florida
stuff.
Teen Penelope Soto found herself being sentenced for the first time in her life. Caught with Xanax with the intent to sell, Penelope found herself facing off with Judge Jorge Rodriguez Chamat, and she lost. The 18-year-old was drunk and on Xanax when she appeared before the judge, listening to her sentencing with a cavalier and inane attitude. When the judge dismissed her,
oh, it must have been same. It must have been same day when she like you just seriously did all the drugs right then and there. Like, come on, lady. I think I heard about this, but I don't remember what happened. But I remember them talking about something like this when she was going off on the judge or something.
And said adios. Judge Rodriguez Chamat immediately called the young lady back and raised her bond from $5,000 to $10,000.
Dang.
Penelope marches off while yelling at the judge to go bleep himself. The judge called Penelope back once more and ordered that she spend 30 days in jail for being in contempt of court. Only after Penelope came forward and apologized to the judge and agreed to participate in a drug court program did the judge remove her 30-day sentence. Number 3.
Wow. Yeah, lady, you can't just be in a courtroom disrespecting the judge and things. Like, go in, don't say, like, see, so if I was in her situation, well, I mean, if she's high, then yeah, you ain't gonna be controlling that. But me, if I was like, cause like I don't know, I ain't gonna be, you know, doing like, you know, like using the drugs I'm gonna be selling. I ain't gonna be that type of person. But honestly, she was. But me, I just go in there, but like, sentence me, judge. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I know I was messing up, and I apologize to everybody that I affected in this situation. I know that ain't gonna change nothing, but hey, I had to do what I had to do at the time. So, sentence me, do what you gotta do, and so on. So, I felt like he'd probably be like, okay, I'm gonna find you in contempt of court just for saying all of that and stuff. I don't know, but anyways, yeah, I probably wouldn't say anything. You know, if he's gonna be like asking me questions or like asking me stuff or something like that, I don't know how that courtroom stuff works out. Now, of course, I'm about like, you know, answering it. But I ain't gonna be all like, oh, adios amigo, or yelling, talking about go F yourself and things. Like, yeah, I ain't gonna be doing all of that.
On May
That's
24th,
crazy.
2001, Bonnie Lee Backley was sitting in a car outside of an LA restaurant when she was suddenly shot to death. Backley was married to Hollywood actor Robert Blake, known for his role in the 1970s television show Beretta. He was charged with Backley's murder and the trial was highly televised, but nobody was prepared for what happened outside the courtroom as the trial was taking place. A lawyer by the name of Jerry Curry was walking into the courthouse when a man named William Stryler approached Curry, pulled out a gun, and began to shoot at the lawyer. Angry at how Curry had handled his case, Stryler decided to take revenge. As soon as Stryler opened fire, Curry ducked and hid behind a tree outside the courthouse.
Wow.
Stryler shot and struck Curry multiple times before being taken down by police officers. Miraculously, Curry survived the attack and made a full recovery.
Wow. That is crazy. That is crazy. Like, do you know how insane that would be to be walking down the street and see something like that? Like, thank God the man survived, but it's like at the same time, it's just like that shouldn't have went down like that. Like, I don't know why people feel like, and it's all like, then he's like looking around like, when I don't know how he was feeling when he got tackled. But it's like, you can't be mad. Like, you were just shooting somebody in broad daylight in the middle of the street. Like, come on now. Like, you needed to be tackled. Like, they don't know if you're going to pull the gun out on them, start going crazy. But yeah, it's like ain't nobody can defend that man. That man was just shooting it. That could have been anybody. That could have been like to anybody that defends that man. They're like, oh, the cops, they shouldn't have been tackling him that hard. How would you feel if you were that lawyer? If you were that lawyer, you just almost died. Okay, you almost just got killed. Okay, by this man. Are you going to still be thinking the same thing? Like, yeah, that man needs to be... They're all like, oh, they were using excessive force and things. I'm like, oh, well, that man was shooting at people. It's like, they need to be using excessive force on somebody crazy like that and stuff. Like, they are insane, so...
Or the Michael Madison murders. In June of 2016, a man named Michael Madison sat in court and faced the families of his victims. Born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, Michael wound up attacking, raping, and murdering 3 women, Sherelda Terry, Shatisha Sheely, and Angela Deskins. Michael was eventually charged with the murders when the women's bodies were found in trash bags outside of Michael's apartment complex. During the trial, Van Terry...
It's like, you gotta think, like, bodies are going to smell. People are going to smell that. The garbage man, he is going to smell that. He's going to open it up. He's going to see bodies. He ain't going to just be like, oh, well, since it's in the garbage bag, I'm just going to throw it away anyways and stuff. Like, no. These are people. These are human beings just like you. Like, you would want whoever did that to you to be caught too. So it's like, yeah, it's just that was going to happen. He was going to get caught. Like, you put the bodies outside of your place and things. Like, come on now. Like, or apartment, house, whatever they said.
During his heartfelt speech, he turned to look at Michael, who grinned at the grieving father. Unable to cope, Van Terry lunged at Michael across the table where Michael sat. Several officers, along with other members of the Terry family, were quick to act and pried the distraught father off of Michael. Judge Nancy McDonnell later sentenced Michael Madison to death. Number 5. Chair of Vengeance. In 2010, a woman named Gilani Platt drove to her home in Columbus, Georgia, which she shared with her husband, Darius. The couple got into an argument about rent money, which quickly grew violent. Darius wound up shooting his pregnant wife in the head and dumped her body in a detention pond not far from their home. When the murder weapon was found in the house, Darius was charged and put on trial the following year.
Over rent money? I swear, man, people be doing some crazy stuff. Like, that's retarded. That is just dumb. Like, you are straight up retarded, dude. Like, you killed your wife or fiance or girlfriend, whatever they said she was, over rent money or over an argument over rent money. Like, yeah, you deserve nobody. Like, honestly, I'm just gonna be like, you know, if I know we gonna be arguing all the time and it's gonna be leading like that, like, yeah, then I'm just gonna be like, I don't even need to be in this relationship anymore with this girl. But to kill her over some rent money or her arguing with me and yelling at me, like, nah, I'm not. That's just stooping down to the lowest point of your life, okay? Like, honestly, you took a woman's life because of an argument or because you guys got violent. Like, that's just retarded.
During a recess, Jelani's brother marched forward, grabbed a chair, and threw it at Darius before attempting to attack his sister's murderer with his bare hands. Several officers surrounded the enraged man and brought him down to the ground. When he could not be calmed, the officers warned him that they would have to use a taser on him if he could not find a way to calm down. As Jelani's brother laid on the ground, he routinely ordered for people to kill Darius. Darius was later found guilty. Number 6. Peer pressure. In 1991, an Alabama 15-year-old named Doug Gonzalez stood accused of murdering another high school student, 18-year-old Matthew Edward Hall. On the night of the murder, Matt and his friends had rented a couple of rooms at the Motel 6 in Mobile. The group was drinking and partying in the hotel when Matt noticed a car parked outside the room. Matt and one of his friends went to see who was in the car. The football player began to argue with the group of guys in the car and ducked his head into the passenger side window. Friends of Matt said they believed Matt might have hit Doug in the face before the then 14-year-old pulled out a gun and shot him. Matt's family were shocked when the jurors returned from deliberation and declared Doug guilty of negligent homicide. Incensed that Doug wasn't charged with first-degree murder, Matt's brother Kevin ran across the courtroom and threw himself at Doug. Deputies quickly pulled Kevin away from Doug and charged him for disrupting court proceedings.
Wow.
Number
like
7.
if that, all right, so if that was a guy's brother, that the one guy that got killed, if that was his brother that lunged at his brother's killer and things, like, you guys, like, they said that they arrested him or found him contempt of court, something like that, or I don't know, but it's like, seriously, that, like, no, that man just lost his brother just died, like, you guys gonna just be able to, like, go and do something to him, but not do anything to the other guy because he's a kid. Like, no, I'm charging you as an adult. You're gonna be spending life because it's like you even had to kill the guy. It should never, unless your life is in danger by somebody else that's trying to put your life in danger, then if you have to, then I guess you have to. But if you just over here arguing with somebody, then you just lead into killing them, yeah, man, you need to be in prison or a crazy home. You do not need to be out in the streets, all right? So, because he brag about that, then he's going to lead into another crime.
A man named Alfred Gaynor stood in a Springfield, Massachusetts courtroom accused of murdering several women over a period of 10+ years.
Dang.
Alfred first became a murderer in 1995 when he became addicted to crack cocaine. He met several women who were also addicted to the dangerous substance and found opportunities to rape and murder them, then steal their possessions to be used to purchase more crack. As part of a plea bargain for one of the murders, Alfred Gaynor agreed to reveal each of his victims and how the murders took place. During the trial, several of Gaynor's victims' families were in the gallery, listening to the gruesome details. Hearing the details of his mother's death, one man decided to take matters into his own hands. He rose from his seat and attacked Alfred, who sat just a few feet in front of him. The attacker was very strong and managed to punch Alfred several times, as well as hit him with a chair before he was pulled away by deputies.
Dang.
Alfred pled guilty to each murder he was accused of. Number 8.
Busted him in the face with that chair. I mean, yeah, if you kill somebody's mom and stuff, then yeah, it's like, you know, like, if I was in them people's situation, I'm most likely, like, you done killed a friend or a family member of mine because you're insane. And if this, like, you turn around and smile at me, then yeah, I'm making sure that you leave that courtroom either beaten or I'm gonna do something. All right, so
February 15th,
beaten maybe or something else.
Tragedy struck in Jacksonville, Florida. A man named Andre Fisher was driving down a neighborhood street when a man named Carlon Jackson yelled at him and asked him to slow down. Andre pulled over and the two men got into a fight in which Johnson hit Fisher over the head with a beer bottle.
Wow.
Shortly after the fight, Andre's nephew, Derek Cummings, caught wind of the altercation and he, along with Andre and two other men, decided to seek revenge. The group of men knew that Johnson often stayed with his sister, Charles Lucas, and her family, and decided to see if his car was parked near her home. Charles' husband, Shelton Lucas Jr., was smoking a cigarette in the adjacent carport when the men drove past with a myriad of guns.
Dang.
Mistaking Lucas Sr. for Johnson, the men quickly returned and fired 35 rounds into the Lucas home. One of the bullets penetrated through the kitchen and struck 5-year-old Shelton Lucas Jr. in the head while he slept on the couch with his mother. Fisher and Cummings were both tried and sentenced to the death penalty. However, a few years later, another judge argued that the murder was not premeditated and they should therefore have a reduced sentence.
No.
Feelings of anger and sorrow were stirred up during the resentencing hearing, and Shelton Lucas Sr. attacked the men, along with help from several other family members. The 4 men were each given life sentences. Number 9.
Yeah.
In cold blood. In June 2006, Texas man...
Yeah, it's like, yeah, they trying to reduce the sentence, and this, like, they just killed that kid and things. Like, that's messed up, man. And it's like, there ain't no reducing the sentence to that. You killed the kid over, like, because of your road rage. And so, yeah, that was a road rage incident. The reason why I say it's a road rage one, because, like, of course, man's in the car. You get something yelled at you, you feel like you got to take actions in your own hands and stuff. Yeah, that was a road rage. And it's like, them road raging people, it's like, man, move on. Don't pay attention to that. Like, if you driving fast, then yeah, slow down. But it's like, honestly, don't be over here getting mad at people pulling over and things. Like, then it leads into stuff like that, people getting killed and they didn't even need to. And it's like that little kid will never get to experience what they say. He was 5. He wouldn't get to experience the rest of elementary, middle school, high school, if he wanted to, college, job, family, his own kids. being a grandfather. He ain't gonna ever experience life because of you road raging.
With a group of friends when they decided to go looking for trouble. The 18-year-old spotted 23-year-old Maria Apparecci talking with her boyfriend Queen No in her car in No's driveway and decided he and his friends should rob them. Forcing Apparecci to drive her car to a more private location, Johnson proceeded to rape her while No was kept at gunpoint.
Wow.
Afterward, the group of friends forced the couple to drive to various ATMs to get money for them. A few hours later, the group walked them into a wooded area of Houston, where Dexter Johnson shot them both execution style.
Man.
Throughout his trial, Dexter remained stone-faced and seemingly unapologetic for his heinous crimes. That is, until he was given the death penalty. As his mother begins to wail in agony, Dexter throws a chair off camera. The entire room erupts into chaos as officers leap to subdue Dexter. As the murderer is taken out of the courtroom...
Yeah, it's like, let me get this straight. So he's mad at the fact that he, once again, just like that, what was it, the first one? It's like, you did the crime, you cannot get upset. You did that. You were thinking about that. You sat there and raped that woman and then killed them and killed her, both her and her boyfriend. And it's like, yeah, it's just, you can't be mad. It's like, you did that crime, so.
Two of his family members collapsed in the gallery, completely overwhelmed by the sentence.
Hey.
Both of those family members had to be taken to the hospital immediately after the trial.
I just felt like
Number 10, community outrage. On June 2nd.
Yeah, I'm like, if I knew somebody that did something like that, I'm just gonna be like, I probably wouldn't even show up. It's like, I don't care who they are. I probably wouldn't show up. Like, they did some crime like that. I don't want to look at them. I don't care who it is. They could be a good friend of mine, good family member. But I'm like, yeah, I don't want to look at them. They doing stuff like that, I don't want to see them. Because it's like, that's not normal to be doing stuff like that and things. You out looking for trouble and things, yeah. And it's all like, you deserve what you got. That was that karma thing kicking in and stuff, so.
In 1997, a man named Jason Stevens, along with several accomplices, rushed into the home of the Sparrow family with the intent to rob them. Robert Sparrow Jr. had sold marijuana to Jason in the past, and Jason suspected that the man kept a lot of drugs and money in his house. Robert Sparrow's 3-year-old son, Robert Sparrow III, was in the house at the time, as well as Sparrow's wife and several others. Jason took the keys of one of the visitors and told them all to crawl their way to the bathroom while he threatened them with a firearm. Grabbing Robert Sparrow III, Jason said he would be taking the 3-year-old to ensure that nobody attempted to subdue him. He said that he would leave both the stolen car and the child someplace after he fled the scene. Unfortunately, the car and Robert Sparrow III were not found until several hours later. By that time, the 3-year-old had died. Medical examiners were not able to determine whether or not the child died from hypothermia or asphyxiation. During Jason's trial, several family members, along with heartbroken members of the community, attacked him from behind and caused a massive scene. Jason was later sentenced to death.
Yeah, that's messed up. Yeah, that's messed up, man. It's like, see, the thing is, now I know I would never have to do anything like this in life, but if I was robbing somebody, I'm just gonna rob them. I'm not taking anything. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm just there for the stuff that I need. Nobody needs to get killed. Nobody needs to get kidnapped. I'm like, listen, I'm in, I'm out. That's it. Because I feel like, okay, not to sound like I'm some robber myself, but I feel like the longer you be sitting there and telling them to do this, do that, well, I'm going to take this person, I'm going to take that person, I'm going to keep this person hostage, you're stalling. And you're not trying to hurry up and get up out of there. Because the faster you get up out of there, and it's like, yeah, ain't nobody gonna know nothing. They're gonna be just dazed, confused. They're like, what just happened? Like, did this seriously? Then they're gonna cope with it. And it's like, the longer you be there, they're gonna cope with it. Then they're gonna just start thinking about it. They're all like, oh, okay, so it's like, I know what he looks like. I know who he is. I'm like, I got a mask on. I'm just saying very few words. And I'm just taking what I need. That's it, all right? Or do the robbery when nobody's home and stuff. But it's like, yeah, people doing that, then people dying behind it. Yeah, I'm like, I ain't trying to get nobody killed. I'm not trying to do any of that stuff, all right? I don't know why they feel like that. When you robbing somebody, you got to kill them. Like, it's just, I just, there ain't no reason for that. Like, it's just, honestly, I hear stories like that, and it's like, it's just retarded. It's dumb, and I'm like, like a friend of mine's got killed for some just pointless robbery and stuff, and it's like, it's just, it ain't need to happen. Like, so hearing stories like that, man, yeah, it just hits a hard spot in me and stuff, and I'm like, I hate hearing stories like that. Like, I mean, I can sit down, I can watch videos, I can hear stories like this, but I just, at the end of the day, I still hate them. I don't like hearing about them. I just hate hearing the fact, like, a kid, somebody just young dying behind it. It doesn't need to go down like that. So anyways, but yeah, there were like the courtroom and stuff, like you'd see them people going off and getting mad and things. Like, I don't blame them. I don't blame the people for going up there and attacking. Like, you know, I thought it had been more like, you know, like a blend, but it seemed like more if it was like the family members that was attacking the people and things. I thought it was going to be a blend, because I know there's been times they showed where a prisoner, like, because they have it where it's like all the prisoners will be in the courtroom and stuff. They're going to be getting sentenced and things. I don't know. I don't know if it's like them, like, high-end cases and stuff where it's like it's just that one person or something that's in there, but they had it where it's like maybe like they did like small little crimes, and all the prisoners would be in there. But I know it was the one prisoner, he kept saying something to the other guy, and he got mad, turned around, punched him across the face, and then they was just beating on him and things inside the courtroom. Like, they had on one of them little surveillance cameras and stuff. So that was the one I do remember and things. But yeah, other than that, I don't really remember anything. It's always like the family ones. I guess there's like the most common ones that happen and things. So, but anyways, yeah, it was a you know, it was a crazy video, but it was like at the end of the day, it was still good. You know, Fact Faction, they did put in some work on this video and stuff. So yeah, it was shout out to Fact Faction for this. Very it was a mad, intense, crazy. Like, it's just one of those like videos, you know, it's like, oh, I can watch more of these. Like, I can watch a part 2, part 3, part 4, however many he makes, or however many they make, I can watch multiple videos of him and stuff. So anyways, yeah, make sure you go subscribe to Fact Faction for more videos like this. And that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you are new, please like and subscribe, and peace.